Betsy Plank, APR, fellow PRSA. Betsy Ann Plank is known as the First Lady of Public Relations. Over her 63-year career, Betsy marked numerous firsts. In 1963, she became the first woman elected president of Chicago's Publicity Club. In 1973, the first woman elected president of the Public Relations Society of America. She became the only person to serve as president of 4 Chicago communication organizations. Those include Publicity Club, Welfare Public Relations Forum, Chicago Chapter of PRSA, and the Public Relations Forum. Betsy Plank is the only person to receive PRSA's 3 highest honors: the Gold Anvil, Outstanding U.S. Professional, the Lund Award, Exemplary Civic and Community Service, and the Patrick Jackson Award, Distinguished Service to PRSA. Public Relations News named her its 1979 Professional of the Year, and in 1984, one of the world's 40 outstanding public relations leaders. The PRSA Educators Academy honored her with its first David W. Ferguson Award for contributions by a practitioner to a PR educational field. In the 2000s, the Arthur Page Society recognized her with its Distinguished Service Award and its first Lifetime Achievement Award. She was also the first woman to receive the Institute of Public Relations Alexander Hamilton Award. An advocate for PR education, Plank co-chaired the 1987 Commission of Public Relations Education that developed guidelines for the undergraduate PR curriculum. She later helped found the PRSA's Certification in Education for Public Relations, a voluntary review program for PR programs worldwide. Plank's career spanned both agency and corporate practice. She was the executive VP and treasurer of the Daniel J. Edelman Agency before joining Illinois Bell. There, she became the first woman to head a department directing urban, community, and educational affairs, issues management, and economic development. She retired in 1990, but remained professionally engaged. Active on the community scene, Plank chaired or served on the boards of several organizations, including the United Way and the Girl Scouts, locally and nationally. A co-founder of the Chicago Network, an organization of leading career women, she received the First Decade Award in 1989. Plank was elected to the University of Alabama's College of Communication and Information Sciences Hall of Fame in 2000, and later the University of Alabama established the Plank Center for Leadership and Public Relations to develop and recognize outstanding, diverse PR leaders, role models, and mentors. Betsy Plank was a graduate of the University of Alabama, and she passed away in 2010. So our selection committee had this to say about Betsy Plank. Betsy Ann deserves a category all of her own. She accomplished so many firsts and has inspired and mentored so many of us throughout our careers. She spent the last part of her career helping and advocating for students and public relations education. We're lucky to have known her and worked with her. And at this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Carla Gower, the director of the Plank Center for Leadership and Public Relations, to come forward to accept the plaque, which reads, Betsy Plank, APR, fellow PRSA, is inducted into the Southern Public Relations Hall of Fame in recognition of her distinguished accomplishments, commitment, and leadership. Inducted this day, July 31st, 2015, Mitchell Memorial Library, Mississippi State University, Starkville, Mississippi. So I have to say this also about Dr. Gower. She was my advisor when I went to the University of Alabama, and I also got through. And I won the Betsy Plank Award when I was in college at the University of Alabama.
On behalf of the Plank Center for Leadership and Public Relations at the University of Alabama, I want to thank Christina, the Hall of Fame Selection Committee, and of course SPRF for bestowing this honor on Betsy Plank. Betsy would have been thrilled and humbled by this induction today. People don't tend to think of her as Southern because she spent her adult life in Chicago, working life, but she thought of herself that way. She was from the South. She was born in Tuscaloosa, lived her first 6 years there. By the time she was 14, she lived in 4 Southern states: Alabama, Louisiana, Kentucky, Georgia. She returned to Alabama, as we've said, to complete her degree, and then she returned at the end of her career to Alabama again, left everything to UA for the Plank Center in the pursuit of public relations leadership. I also want to thank, and Betsy would applaud SPRF and Mississippi State for establishing this Hall of Fame. Betsy really wanted to recognize and honor public relations leaders, or legends, as she liked to call them. And she would have been thrilled by honoring the people who are here today, the legends, people who rose to the highest levels of our profession. And Betsy was passionate about public relations, which she believed was a noble and proud profession. But she knew, as she said in 1978, that it was a profession still in the process of becoming, still being shaped by each of us in our daily practice, still being challenged to grow and change. Genuine professionalism, she said, is a product of individual knowledge and expertise, individual standards and performance, personal character, and courage. It's important for our legends, such as one, like I said, we've honored here today, to be recognized for what they have done and to uphold the standards of our profession, to serve as inspiration for our future leaders and public relations practitioners, and to serve as reminders to all of us that, as Betsy said, public relations does have a rendezvous as a recognized profession, but we will attain it as the sum of one-by-one achievement. That was Betsy's wish for this profession, and if she were here today, I know she would say that you light up her sky. Thank you.